toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Commodores will get us started with the opening kickoff. Bringing it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. So Alabama's offense will have the football first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team.
Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. Inside the 30. 10. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. That's caught. It's Richardson. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
And it's hard to imagine starting a game any better than this defense has. 2 sacks on the opening drive of the game. Something that they pride themselves on. If they get you in these types of situations, they can pin their ears back and get after you. They've got multiple guys that can be a factor when it comes to rushing the quarterback. You're seeing that very early here in this game.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Vanderbilt's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13. The Commodores headed quickly to the line. Headed to the end zone. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. Trying to barge in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Oh, sweet feet. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They marched the ball 51 yards for the score, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes that Alabama offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Snagged in the middle, it's Riley. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. There he goes. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Holds and fires complete to the right. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. Second down, they'll go to the air. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Edwards. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. They think there's room to run to the right here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Crimson Tide need just a few inches here on third down. He'll go to the sneak. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Under fire. Zings it complete to the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And the missed connection on 3rd down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And it slips just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Oh, what a move to get room. Touchdown, Alabama! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Rutgers is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Purdue.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Back to pass. Now improvising. And down he goes, trying to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick 6, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
When a defense gets a sack, you know what they want? Another sack. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. And they give him enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the 1st. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. To the air on 1st down. Got it set up on the outside. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Gonna run it. It's Turner. Spins away from the defense. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Commodores back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Got it in the middle. It's Starling. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. The Commodores are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And they have converted their first 2 third-down opportunities, but this one a 3rd and long. They stop him again, and not only that, they've made this 4th down that much harder. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And the kick is good, and guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man. It's Richardson. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the catch. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Just keep slinging it. Using the quick game. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Picked off. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives him the ball in prime field position at the 40.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
So they were able to put up a 3-spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Give to the single back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Clowney. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Riley. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Makes the grab on the left. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Looking to throw on first down. He lets it fly. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown tie.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle, it's Fowler. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Off play action on first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Richardson. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on first and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Richardson. He's down at the 25-yard line, waning moments of the first half. It is a first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. From the 25-yard line, it's first and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. And it's right down the boulevard. They're now up by a touchdown at 20-13.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Nashville, and we've had a lively first half. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out and get a stop and change the complexity of this game.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Commodores will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 40. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires on the move. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a big gain. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the 1st down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down and more time. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gets rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Here comes that Alabama offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clowney. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Caught near the sticks. It's Richardson. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play.
Hold it. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. He gets it away from his own end zone. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going downfield for the big play. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Commodores! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Rutgers is just getting blown off the field right now there in Jersey, and at this rate, I'm not sure this won't get worse. They're trailing by 21 to Purdue. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? From the gun, wants to pass. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. A quick pass to the left. Turning it on! And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Quick release by the QB. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Commodores are in the hurry up. They'll throw it from the red zone. Makes the grab. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Sterling. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown doors! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Going right to work up top. Got it behind the line. It's Riley. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Wants to fire on second down. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Unloads to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that breaks into the open. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. And the Commodores now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Out of the gun, the inside give. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Commodores send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. With the catch, it's Richardson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete. And here comes the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. To the air on 2nd down. He's got the tight end. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the Commodores come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Makes it past the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Power football with the run. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The give on the option. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Commodores have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Commodores will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Tight end now in motion. To the air on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Hauls in the deep ball. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. They'll move the wide receiver. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Catch in the middle. It's Clowney. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Firing to the right, complete. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Trailing by a touchdown, this 4th down opportunity is gargantuan. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to find the end zone. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll run it. Touchdown, Bama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Four quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
He's got it on the right. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. They want to keep this drive alive. 3rd and short here in overtime. He'll try it again. Spins away. Oh, he did it again. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They jump on top here in OT.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Alabama 34, Vanderbilt 27.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Starling. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. 3rd down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. It always comes down to a few key plays in a game like this, but to lose in overtime, just an absolute kick in the gut.
It's a kick in the gut, and you remember those exact plays, Reese. The things I could have done a little bit better, or the ball could have bounced my way. Just a few of those little plays make the difference in winning or losing the ball game.
And I think as players too, David, you know, when you watch the film, you didn't do enough, but you definitely had some positives out there on the field. Guys stepped up, guys delivered, and put you in a position to win. In the end, moving forward, when the game's on the line, you got to be able to close games out.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.